Good morning. We're delighted to be at Speedway High School to talk a little bit more about the next steps that you need to take to be ready for college. Speedway has a great reputation for placing a high value on education. And I know you've been thinking about, education beyond high school much earlier than today, but we'd like to talk to you today about what's really important to do to make sure that in addition to being academically prepared for college, you've done everything you can do to be financially prepared as well. As was mentioned, we lead the Indiana Commission for Higher Education, so we talk a lot to students in K-12 and as they get ready to be prepared to go to college. And you've been doing what you need to do. Your work is to really work hard when you're in school so that you're academically prepared. And we think it's the responsibility of the state to say, if you do that, we will do everything we can do to make sure that financially you can afford to go to college. So why is this important, and why is it more important now than ever? Education has always been important. It's been important to this community. But if you know anything about Indiana's history, you would know that it was not required to have a high degree of education in much of the 20th century. In fact, you could enter a job and have the middle-class life with a high school diploma, and many times even graduate from 8th grade and go into a job. You know, as we all know, that those days are behind us. And now more than ever, some sort of education beyond high school is critically important if you want to have a meaningful job in your life. And so we talk a lot about that and what you need to do to be prepared. And when we talk, you may not have heard of it, but we have what we call a 60% goal. And that is that 60% of Hoosiers would have some quality degree or credential beyond high school. To put that in some context for you, we're at about 35% right now. So we have a heavy lift, that 60% goal we're trying to get to by 2025. And the goal wasn't just picked, out of the sky. 60% sounds great. We picked that because that's what the job requirements will be. That by 2018, about 55% of the jobs will require those kind of credentials, and by 2025, 60% of the jobs will require some sort of education and training beyond high school. So if you want to have the full range of opportunities in your life, there's no shortcut to getting an education. And so today, we're talking about a campaign called Cash for College. This is the official kickoff. I think I had some help. We have 3 campaigns at the Commission. In the fall, we run a campaign called College Go, to really have you go and visit colleges, either personally visit a campus or have a virtual tour of a campus. We now do the Cash for College, which is everything to make sure you're financially prepared. And then we do a Career Ready campaign in the spring that makes sure we align what your education is with what you might want to do in a job. But Cash for College is what we're here for today, because you need to make sure that you have completed the FAFSA form. This is the federal application it's the free application for federal student aid. But don't be confused by the name FAFSA and making sound like it's only about federal aid. If you want to receive any kind of financial aid from the state, and I will tell you that Indiana is a very generous state when it comes to the distribution of financial aid. We rank 1st in the Midwest and 7th in the nation in the amount of need-based financial aid that we provide. So there are, many ways that you can get aid. There are Pell dollars, which are federal dollars. We have over $300 million that we distribute at the state level. And then each of the colleges and universities in Indiana have their own financial aid that they provide as well. You won't get any of that money if you don't fill out your FAFSA. And to receive state financial aid, that needs to be done by March 10th. And so our campaign is really focused right now on making sure that you don't miss that opportunity. We're much more successful in getting people to fill that out on time. Over 300,000 students filled out their FAFSA form last year on time. But once again, put that in context, about 435,000 tried to fill out their FAFSA but didn't do it on time. And so there's a reason why we have things like FAFSA Friday during the month of February. We have activities focused on College Go Sunday, which is February 21st, where 42 locations around the state will be helping you and your parents to figure out what you need to do to get financial aid. And so this is really important. You miss that deadline, and you can try to file appeals, but I can tell you they won't be successful unless you had a death in your family or you were sick. So put that date, March 10th, down. Make sure you get it filled out on time if you want to make sure that you have the opportunity. Even if you don't know for sure whether you could qualify for financial aid, fill out that form because something could change or you may not be fully aware of all the other aid that you might need. So again, even if it's not a matter of needing financial aid on a need basis, it may be that you want to receive some sort of aid at an institution, and they may still use the FAFSA. So for all these reasons, I hope I've convinced you that on your phones, whatever you do to mark dates that are important, you have that date of March 10th. But don't wait until March 8th or March 9th, and something could happen. Start doing it right now. I know your counselors here at Speedway High School are very aware of those dates and will be working with you as well. So as you hear about, College Goal Sunday, FAFSA Friday, March 10th, I hope today has convinced you that this is your responsibility. We will do what we can do at the state to make sure you can financially afford to go to college if you're academically ready, but you have a responsibility and a stake in this as well because it's really your future. So thanks for letting us be here with you today. Thanks for all you've done to get ready to go to college. It's going to be an exciting new chapter in your life. And I have the opportunity right now to introduce to you Dennis Bland, who serves as the chairman of the Commission for Higher Education. He's my boss. And we have the opportunity to travel around to a lot of schools around the state to talk about the importance of education beyond high school. So he runs the Center for Leadership Development. Some of you may be familiar with that, a very important organization here in Indiana that gets more students ready for education beyond high school. And he's here with you today to share a few thoughts and play a few games. So thank you for inviting us to be with you today.
Thank you very much, Teresa, for the very, very nice introduction. And she indicated that I was her boss. I know you all are smart enough, so I know you don't buy that. She is a very, 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 very influential lady. Trust me. Get to know her. I want to play a game. I want to see if you all are ready. I want to see if you're really ready for college, because we are serious. Show of hands, everybody who is serious about going to college. Excellent. That's a beautiful sight. Beautiful. Hands down. Show of hands if you were really serious about finishing the college process that you start. That's really what it's all about, because a lot of people are going, but a lot of people, if we can just keep it real, a lot of people kind of get caught up and they're not finishing. So they do not, as Commissioner Lubber stated, they do not get all these opportunities that are available to people who actually finish the process. And so just know that for a person who decides to go 4 more years up school and get their college degree on average over their lifetime, they will make between $8,000 or $18,000, $20,000 more than the person who stopped after their high school diploma. And so a lot of people want the dollars, but a lot of people do not make the commitment. So let's play a game, and I need 3 contestants for this game. I see hands up. All right, then how about Deja Whedon? Harry Deja. And then how about Jordan Isaac? How about Adam Sheck? Come on, you all, let's give them a big hand. Let's give them a big hand. Who wants to be a millionaire, or who wants to go to college and finish and get all the opportunities that are available to those who actually finish what they start? All right, you all, just quickly, very, very quickly. Ms. Deja Whedon, what's your career goal? Excellent, to be a pediatrician. All right, and then how about you, Mr. Jordan Isaac? Advanced manufacturing. Oh, very good. And then Mr. Sheck.
One day I'd like to be a CFO of a top company.
Beautiful. Let's give them a hand, you all. Now, who wants to be a millionaire or billionaire? Yeah, inflation, billionaire. So who wants to start first? Who's brave enough? All right, Mr. Sheck. Now, we're going to get each of you 3 questions. So, Mr. Sheck, you have 3 questions coming your way. Let's see how you do. Now, let's see how well you were listening, because the answer to the first question, I heard Commissioner Lubbers give it to you all. So, question number 1. Contestant number 1, what is the name of the online application you must file to be eligible for financial aid for college?
Final answer.
He says B, final answer. He right or wrong? Right. Nice job. He is right. Wow, you're good. Question number 2. What type of scholarship pays all your tuition and fees? He says A, final answer. Is he right? Full ride. He's on it. He's 2 for 2. And then question number 3. Again, Mr. Sheck. Besides the state and federal government, what other entity can award financial aid? I'm glad he didn't say your parents. Your college. Let's give him a hand. He's got 3 for 3. Mr. Isaac, you're up. What is the name for money you pay to attend college? He says B, tuition. Is that your final answer? You sure you don't want to say D? Okay. Very good. Smart man. Question number 2. What is the website, Mr. Isaac, where you file the FAFSA? He says A. Very good. And one more question. Which of these are resources that offer help with the FAFSA? He says D, all of the above. Is that your final answer? Yep. Audience, what's the correct answer? Very good. Nice job, Mr. Isaac. All right, Ms. Whedon, you ready? All right, well, you're going to bring the spark plugs home. How many years should it take to complete a bachelor's degree at maximum? You have A, 8 years, C, 6 years, D, 4 years, and B, 2 years. Say it louder. She says D, 4 years. How many years should it take to complete a bachelor's degree at maximum? Let's see. D, 4 years. Wow, so she didn't buy into the 8. She didn't buy into the 8. You all know victory laps, please. Try your very best to go to college in 4 years and finish in 4 years. Each year is very expensive. So try to get your business together right now so that you don't have to spend unnecessary time in college. That's the point. Now, if situations happen, it happens, but make sure you try to do it in 4 years. That's really the message. Great job. Now, what does FAFSA stand for? She says A, free application for federal student aid. Very good. Now you have one more question. The pressure's on, because if you get it right, then your school has a perfect score. I heard somebody say, what the? I'm glad you didn't finish. What is the name of Indiana's tax-free education savings plan? 529 savings plan, 243 savings plan, 785 savings plan, and 925 savings plan. She says A. The final answer? A. You all, let's give all the contestants a hand. Great job. And because you all have been wonderful contestants, the commissioner has made a decision that they will actually begin you all with a 529 savings plan. And they will start off with a contribution for each of you for $50 into that savings plan. So congratulations. So as I turn it over, I just want to say you all have been a wonderful audience. And so just closing remarks for me, which may sound a little random, but I've never been to Speedway High School before, but I was actually really looking forward to coming. And when I drove here, the first thing I did not go to the front and park. I drove to the back and I went to the parking lot. And I just sat in the car there for a few minutes. Now, why would I do that? Come to Speedway and I've never been here. Well, this is the story. I found out from my father that when John F. Kennedy was assassinated in 1963, that my father was actually, and everyone says, where were you when the president was shot? And of course, you all weren't here. At least I hope not. My father was actually a part of a paving crew that was at Speedway High School paving the parking lot. So I'd never been here before. I had to come and actually see Speedway High School. And then I'm going to tell my father, hey, Papa, I went to Speedway High School and I went out to the parking lot where you were paving in 1963 when you all got message that John Kennedy was assassinated. You all, my closing thought to you all, I think you all have I think you have the nickname Spark Plug for a reason. Somebody needs to be motivated. Somebody needs to be inspired. Somebody needs to be helped. Somebody is just kind of run through a rut in life and they need a jump. They need a boost. And what better than a spark plug to help them out? Everybody needs a little help every now and then. Be true to your name. Spark plugs make it happen. Thank you very much for having us.
Doing a road show with Dennis Bland is always a privilege. He always has a great story, and I don't know how he can always find one, but he does, and that was a great one. I think you were at a disadvantage, the last contestant, because I actually should have talked a little bit about the 529 plan in my introductory comments, and I didn't, so you got it without the benefit of me having said anything about it. But in addition to starting off with the $50 here, as a part of the efforts that we have at the commission, we actually open a 529 plan for a student in each grade with $529. It's part of what we're doing right now. And 3 schools in the state receive $1,000 as they really work to make sure that students understand what they need to do to be financially prepared for college. So we know that if students and families start saving early for college, it increases exponentially the opportunities that they will have and the likelihood that they will go to college. So thanks for being a great audience. I know we need to have you out of here shortly, but we have one more little item of suspense for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a great audience. I think you showed a lot of respect to our guests. Let's give them one more round of applause, please.